So hello students, this is class 12. Class 12 and we are studying female reproductive system. We are studying female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. Last time I draw the diagram of the female reproductive system and also told about the primary sex organs and the secondary sex organs and external genitalia. Mainly consists of the three parts. So today we have to discuss one by one. As first one is the ovary. Ovary. So there is a pair of ovary. So ovaries are primary sex organs. Ovaries are primary sex organ. They produces female gamete or ovum and ovarian hormones. Produces one is female gametes or ovum. It produces female gametes or ovum and they also produce the several straight hormones and ovarian hormones. This is the what ovarian hormones they are the producing several straight hormones like estrogen and the progesterones. Like estrogen and progesterone. So these are the main functions of the ovary. One function is main function is it produces the female gametes or ovum, which involved in the reproduction, and other is ovarian hormones. And ovarian hormones, that is the several steroid hormones like estrogens and the progesterone. So these hormones which it produces mainly responsible for the development of the secondary sexual characters. Now, ovaries are location. Ovaries are located on either side of on each side of lower abdomen, behind and below the fallopian tube or oviduct. So we have studied its structure. We studied it is as the oviduct or the fallopian tube. It is the fallopian tube. Its location was here. So it is found each side of lower abdomen, behind and below the oviduct. This is the oviduct or the fallopian tube, and it is found on this side and on this side. I discuss in the diagram. So this place is there. So each ovary is about each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter. 2 to 4 centimeter in length, and if we observe its structure, internal structure, externally ovary is covered by ovary is covered with cuboidal germinal epithelium, with cuboidal germinal epithelium, which encloses the ovarian stroma. Epithelium which encloses ovarian stroma. This stroma consists of two regions, outer and inner. So ovarian stroma, it consists of two regions. One is outer and other is inner. One is outer zone and inner zone. Outer zone are the peripheral zone. Outer are peripheral. Peripheral and inner zone. It is outer zone and the inner zone. Outer zone, it is called as the cortex, and inner is medulla. And in the cortex region, or outer region, many follicles are found. It contains in different stages of development. So cortex region contains ovarian follicles. Ovarian follicles. If we see its structure, and we will try its structure later. So this is the outermost covering. This layer is called as germinal epithelium. This layer is called as germinal epithelium, and this region, outer region, in this region different stages of the developing follicles are present, and different stages of development. This is the ovarian follicles. Let us discuss in detail about the ovarian follicle. Two regions are there. This is the outer region, this is called cortex, and this is the inner region, this is called medulla. In the cortex region, that is the ovarian follicles are found. Some are the small and some are the big, and different developmenting. They are found in the different stages. So next part of the female reproductive system, after the ovary, this is called primary sex organs, and next we have to study about the oviduct. Next one is the oviduct. Oviduct are the fallopian tube. This is the second part. This is oviduct or fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. So there are a pair of fallopian tubes when we studied about the structure of the female reproductive part to be studied. This structure we have to discuss here today, this structure only. This structure is called as the fallopian tube. And let us discuss other structures later. So this structure is called as the fallopian tube or the oviduct. There is a pair of fallopian tube or pair of oviducts which are found on the east side of uterus. This is fallopian tube. It is small sized and nearly 10 to 12 centimeter in length. 10 to 12 centimeter and found on each side of the uterus. It is consists of three parts. One is infundibulum. It is consists of three parts. Number one is infundibulum. This is part close to the ovary. This region is ovary. This is the ovary, and infundibulum is found towards the ovary, and it has a funnel shaped structure and is having finger like projections called as the fimbriae. These structures are called fimbriae. These are finger like structure called as fimbriae. This is fimbriae, and this structure is called infundibulum. This region is called as the infundibulum. This region is infundibulum, having the funnel shape and its edges having the finger-like projections called as the fimbriae. Fimbriae helps in the receiving the ovum released by the ovary. So this is the fimbriae and this is infundibulum. And next part is called the ampulla. Ampulla. This is the wider part, little wider part, and this wider part is called as the ampulla. It is part which is infundibulum leads into the ampulla. It is little broader part of the fallopian tube. So one part infundibulum, next part is ampulla, and next and last part is called as the isthmus. Next part is isthmus. This region is isthmus. It is little more broader isthmus. This is the isthmus. So isthmus is found close to the uterus. So in this way, fallopian tube consists of the three parts, and this is a very important part. The fallopian tube provides the site for the fertilization, and in the fallopian tube, the fertilization takes place at the junction of ampulla and the isthmus. This is the region. Ampulla is here and isthmus, suppose this is junction, this is junction. So fertilization takes place at the junction of ampulla isthmus, called as the ampullary isthmic junction. Is the part of the fallopian tube where fertilization takes place. Now, next part is uterus. Next part is uterus. After oviduct or the fallopian tube, next part is uterus. Uterus. This is a single, it is a single inverted pear-like structure. It is a single inverted pear-like structure and attached by the wall of the stomach. By and attached by body wall by a ligament, and it opens into vagina through cervix. It terminates into this region is called as cervix, while this region it is opens into this region is called as cervix. This region is called the cervix. It opens into the cervix. So this is once again, this is a uterus is inverted pear-like structures. It opens into vagina via cervix, and it is attached to the body wall by a ligament. It is consists of 3 layers. One is so uterus wall consists of 3 different type of the layers. One is perimetrium, this is external. This is perimetrium is outermost. Perimetrium myometrium and endometrium. And endometrium. 3 layers are there. This is perimetrium. This is outermost. It is outermost layer. This is middle layer, and this one is the inner most layer. 3 layers are there. Perimetrium, outermost layer, myometrium, middle, and the innermost layer is the endometrium. This perimetrium is the external and thin, and it contracts during the delivery, while endometrium is glandular, thick and glandular. There is change or undergoes cyclic change during menstruation, and it is site for the implantation. It is site for the implantation. Implantation takes place in the uterus. And which layer of the uterus? In the endometrium of the uterus is site for the implantation. So next one is mammary gland and external genitalia. So first we have to discuss about the mammary gland.